The joke started innocently enough. We were at a dinner party, the kind filled with forced laughter and lukewarm wine. Miriam, my wife of 10 years, leaned close, her perfume a familiar comfort. "I have a secret," she whispered, her eyes sparkling with mischief. I chuckled, playing along. "Oh, yeah? Are you finally admitting you stole my last cookie?" She giggled, a sound that usually warmed me from the inside out, but this time something felt off. No, something much bigger. A secret admirer, perhaps? She winked, and a chill ran down my spine. So subtle, I almost dismissed it. Over the next few weeks, the secret jokes continued. Little comments here and there, a playful evasion when I asked about her day, a new password on her phone, always turned screen down, late nights at the office, a place she rarely worked past 6 before. The chill intensified, solidifying into a cold knot in my stomach. I told myself I was being paranoid. Miriam was beautiful, vivacious, and the center of every room she walked into. But why would she joke about something like this if there wasn't a kernel of truth to it? The thought burrowed into my brain, festering. I hated the suspicion, hated the way it made me question everything. One evening, Miriam was in the shower, her phone buzzing incessantly on the nightstand. The knot in my stomach twisted tighter. I picked it up, my hand trembling. It was locked. But then I remembered we had a shared iPad for the kids, and Miriam, in a moment of carelessness, had left her Apple ID logged in. Using the iPad, I recovered her phone password. The moment I unlocked it, my world shattered. Texts, photos, a whole hidden life spilled onto the screen. The secret admirer was real. Alex, a colleague from her office, the one she'd innocently mentioned a few times. The messages were sickeningly sweet declarations of love interwoven with explicit details of their affair. My breath caught in my throat, a choked sob escaping my lips. I spent the next hour in a daze, scrolling through months of betrayal, my mind racing, trying to reconcile the Miriam I knew with the woman on this phone. The shower stopped, and I heard her humming, oblivious to the storm brewing within me. I placed the phone back on the nightstand, face down as if untouched. The following days were a blur of calculated calm. I needed a way to make them pay for shattering my life. I began gathering evidence, meticulously documenting every lie, every stolen moment. I even installed a keylogger on Miriam's laptop, uncovering even more sickening details of their affair. Plans for a weekend getaway, whispered promises of a future together. The confrontation I planned was meticulously crafted. I booked a table at the same restaurant where they'd had their first clandestine dinner, a detail gleaned from their texts. I invited Miriam, feigning a romantic anniversary dinner. Then I made another reservation, an hour later, under Alex's name. I knew from their messages they planned to meet there after work. The night arrived, and I watched Miriam get ready, a hollow ache in my chest. She looked stunning, radiating an excitement I knew wasn't for me. At the restaurant, I played the part of the loving husband, even managing a weak smile as she gushed about her busy day. An hour later, Alex arrived. He looked smug, confident, oblivious of the trap he'd walked into. As he approached our table, a smirk playing on his lips, I stood up, my chair scraping against the floor. The sound cut through the restaurant chatter, drawing curious glances. "Alex," I said, my voice dangerously calm. "So good of you to join us." Confusion flickered across his face. Then fear. Miriam's eyes widened, her face paling. I held up her phone, the screen displaying their latest exchange. "I believe this belongs to you, Miriam. Or should I say, my wife?" The restaurant fell silent. All eyes were on us. Alex stammered, tried to explain, but the words caught in his throat. Miriam's carefully constructed facade crumbled. Tears streamed down her face as she mumbled apologies. Pathetic pleas for forgiveness. I didn't want apologies. I wanted them to feel the same devastation they had inflicted upon me. "You lied to me," I said, my voice rising. "You betrayed me. You thought you could get away with it." I pulled out a printout of their texts, scattering the pages across the table. "Here's your secret, Miriam, for everyone to see." The whispers started. The stares burned into them. Alex's face was ashen, his eyes darting around the room, desperate for an escape. Miriam's sobs intensified, her body shaking with shame. "And you?" I turned to Alex, my voice dripping with contempt. "You knew she was married. You didn't care. You're a pathetic excuse for a man." I leaned in close, my words a venomous whisper. "I hope your wife enjoys reading these." I dropped another set of printouts, detailing their affair, directly onto his lap. The scene that followed was chaotic. Alex scrambled to gather the papers, his face a mask of horror. Miriam's cries echoed through the restaurant. The manager appeared, trying to defuse the situation, but the damage was done. Their world had crashed down around them, a spectacle of their own making. I walked out, leaving them amidst the wreckage of their lives. The satisfaction wasn't the sweet revenge I'd imagined. It was hollow, a bitter echo of the love I'd lost. The following months were a blur of legal proceedings. The finality of divorce papers a stark reminder of what had been. There was no grand reconciliation, no dramatic forgiveness. Just a quiet unraveling of a life I thought I knew. I moved out of our house, the memories too painful to bear. I started over, slowly rebuilding my life, piece by broken piece. The pain lingers, a dull ache that reminds me of what I lost. But in the quiet moments, I find a strange sense of peace. I face a betrayal, expose the lies, and walked away with my dignity intact. The scars remain, but they are a testament to my strength, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, we can find the courage to rise again.